Very good morning, students. The previous class we have discussed about nucleus, the structure of nucleus, the characteristics of nucleus we have discussed, and based on the present or absence of nucleus, how organisms are classified, that are prokaryotes and eukaryotes. We have discussed about the character and structure of the prokaryotes, and what is chromatin, what is chromosome we have discussed. And the functions of nucleus, there are two major functions. The first function is involved in the cellular reproduction. When the cells divides, the division starts from the nucleus. And second function is to control all metabolic activities inside the cell. So many metabolic process, metabolic activities, reactions are occurs. The reactions are controlled by the nucleus. So these things we have discussed. Today we are going to discuss about cytoplasm. So cyto means water, cyto means cell, plasm means the fluid substances which is present inside the cell, call it as a cytoplasm. The large region of the cell, large region of the cell enclosed by cell membrane. Cell membrane. That may be a plant cell or animal cell. The cell membrane encloses the large region of the cell. So this is a cell membrane. Cell membrane. So inside the cell membrane, this fluid substances, the fluid substances, call it as cytoplasm. This is cytoplasm. Cytoplasm. Again, the large region of the cell, that may be a plant or animal, enclosed, covered by cell membrane. So inside the cell membrane, the fluid substances, call it as a cytoplasm. So what is there in the cytoplasm? The cytoplasm consists, first one is more amount of water it consists, and some essential salts are present, and more amount of proteins. So these things are present in the cytoplasm, which is responsible for both the plant cell and animal cell. Okay, so another one term we discussed already, protoplasm. What is protoplasm? Cytoplasm means the region between the nucleus and the cell membrane. These things are called cytoplasm. The protoplasm means inside the cell. Cytoplasm, all the cell organelles, cytoplasm, all the cell organelle, called protoplasm. Okay, so cytoplasm consists of water, salts and protein. Then the cytoplasm also contains cell organelles. Cell organelles. So what is cell organelle? The cytoplasm contains structures. The cytoplasm contains structures. The structures are called as a cell organelle. The structures are called as a cell organelle. Okay, the virus. The cell organelle I told both present in a plant cell and also animal cell. Virus is there. Okay, so the virus is very have a different characters. It shows both living character and non-living character. because the virus do not have such membrane. Plant cell, animal cell having the membrane, no, cell membrane, no. But the viruses do not contain or consist any membrane. So it will not show any character, living character when it is outside the body. When the virus is outside the body, it do not show any character, living character. So when enter into the host or animal or human body, it shows the living character and utilize the cells or host cell for their machineries, for their life. Okay, so that the virus do not have any membrane, so it shows the dead cell or living characters and also non-living character. When it shows the living character, when inside it is living inside the host or plant cell or animal cell, shows the living character. So when it is outside the cell, that shows the time it shows the non-living characters. Okay, so now we discuss the cytoplasm. What is cytoplasm? The fluid substances which is enclosed by the cell membrane, that is called as the cytoplasm. What are the things are there in the cytoplasm? Water is there, salt and the proteins are there, and also cell organelle are embedded on the cytoplasm. What are cell organelle? The structure which is embedded or present on the surface of the cytoplasm called as a cell organelle. Okay, now let's see about the cell organelle. Let's see about the cell organelle. Cell organelles. I told you already what is cell organelle. Every cell, the complex cell, every cell have a membrane. Every cell have a membrane. Here membrane means what? Cell membrane. Okay, multicellular organism. Multicellular organism need a lot of chemical activities. Need lot of chemical activities. Why the multicellular organism need a lot of chemical activities? Because of to support their function and structures. To maintain the structure and function need a lot of chemical reactions. Okay, chemical reactions. So that the multicellular organism inside the cell, there is a membrane bound structures are there. The membrane bound structures called cell organelle. Again, the cell organelles are membrane bound structures which is present on the cytoplasm. Okay, called cell organelle. What is the need of the cell organelle for the cell? Because every cell need to maintain the structure and function, for the need many chemical reactions. For occurring the chemical reaction need many structures. The structures are called as the cell organelle. Okay, so having the membrane bound cell organelle, is a major differentiation between the prokaryotes and eukaryote. The prokaryotes and eukaryote we have discussed. The prokaryote organism do not having any membrane bound cell organelles, and eukaryotic organism having membrane bound cell organelles. Okay, so these we have discussed already. Okay, so what are the cell organelles? Example for the cell organelles. The first cell organelle is nucleus, and second cell organelle is endoplasmic reticulum. Third cell organelle vacuoles, and fourth one is Golgi Apparatus, and fifth one is lysosomes, and sixth one is mitochondria. So these are some examples for the cell organelles. So generally cell organelles have a membrane, inner membrane and outer membrane. So that inner and outer membrane should have, then only that is called as a cell organelle. Ribosome we have discussed already. So which is present in both prokaryotes and eukaryote. Actually the ribosome is not a cell organelle because this do not bound any membrane, but is very important for the both prokaryotes and eukaryote because involved in the protein synthesis. Again, the ribosome is not a cell organelle, it is a structure, it's a granular structure present in both the prokaryotes and eukaryotes, responsible for the protein synthesis. So the ribosome which is present in both prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Okay, so cell organelle definition. Why cell should have a cell organelle, and example for some cell organelles. Organelles, that is not organ. Organs different than the organelles. Okay, so these are such examples. Kindly note it down. And next, we are going to discuss detailedly about the cell organelle. One by one, detail we are going to discuss. The first cell organelle is endoplasmic reticulum. First cell organelle is endoplasmic reticulum. It is shortly called as ER. So endoplasmic reticulum, shortly called as a ER, is one of the cell organelle. What is endoplasmic reticulum? So network of large network of membrane bound structure. So I told you cell organelle should be membrane bound structure. So the endoplasmic reticulum also is a cell organelle. So it is a large network of membrane bound tubes or sheets. Tubes and sheets. It is a tube like structure, and also it is flattened. So it is a sheet like structure also. Okay, it's look like a long tubules. It's look like a long tubules. That is oblong or vesicle shape. What is vesicles? Vesicle means it's a bag-like structure. Bag-like structure. That is called a vesicle. So it is a large network of membrane-bound tubes or sheets. It is look like a long tubules. The tubules like a oblong shape or vesicles. So what is vesicle? is a bag-like structure is called as a vesicles. Already we have discussed about the vesicles in the prokaryotic organism. So the cell membrane is invaginated now. So this we have discussed about discussed in the previous class. This is vesicles, a sac or bag-like structure. So like this structure also present in the endoplasmic reticulum. So this is a structure of the endoplasmic reticulum. And types, kindly you make note of it. And the next one is types. Types of endoplasmic reticulum. The first type is rough endoplasmic reticulum. Call it as rough R-E-R. Rough endoplasmic reticulum. And second one is smooth endoplasmic reticulum. It is shortly called as a S-E-R. Before it is called as a R-E-R. So rough endoplasmic reticulum and a smooth endoplasmic reticulum. The rough endoplasmic reticulum also called it as a R-E-R. The smooth endoplasmic reticulum is called it as a S-E-R. Smooth endoplasmic. There are two types of endoplasmic reticulum. Then rough endoplasmic reticulum. First is discuss about rough endoplasmic reticulum. So what is rough endoplasmic reticulum? The structure is look like rough and tough. The structure is. It is always attached with the nucleus. The endoplasmic reticulum always attached with the nucleus. So it is a rough endoplasmic reticulum. This is rough endoplasmic reticulum. So how it is become rough? So rough endoplasmic reticulum means attached ribosomes. I told you ribosome is a granular structure. It is not covered by any membrane, but it is present both the prokaryotes and eukaryotes. I told you, no. So the rough endoplasmic reticulum attached with the ribosomes. So ribosome is a non-membrane bound cell structure, not organelle. So these are the ribosomes. So where the ribosomes are present? Under cytoplasm. So this is ribosomes. This is rough endoplasmic reticulum. So when the ribosomes attached on the endoplasmic reticulum, it becomes rough. So it comes the type rough endoplasmic reticulum. Okay. And another one is smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, it is a smooth endoplasmic reticulum. S-E-R. S-E-R. So here, S-E-R, no attachment of ribosomes. So a rough endoplasmic reticulum attached with the ribosome, so it becomes a rough structure. And a smooth endoplasmic reticulum do not attach with any ribosome. so that it becomes smooth. Okay, so based on the attachment of ribosome, it is classified into two types, that is a rough endoplasmic reticulum and a smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Now, what is the role of rough endoplasmic reticulum? The rough endoplasmic reticulum involved in the protein synthesis. So, very important one, just note it down. The rough endoplasmic reticulum, that means the ribosomes attached to the endoplasmic reticulum, it becomes a rough and tough nature. So, it is called rough endoplasmic reticulum. So, when the ribosome attached to the endoplasmic reticulum, then it is started to synthesize of protein. Very important one, synthesize of protein. Okay, so the protein synthesis involved by rough endoplasmic reticulum. And smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So here no attachment of ribosome. So instead of synthesis of protein, it starts to synthesize fat or lipids. Okay, again a rough endoplasmic reticulum involved in the protein synthesis. Second one is smooth endoplasmic reticulum involved in the synthesis of fat or lipids. Don't forget function of RER and function of SER. Don't forget. Okay. So why it is involved in the synthesis of protein? This is SER because no ribosomes are attached. So that no synthesis of protein. Instead of synthesis of protein, involved in the synthesis of fat or lipids. Now, when the protein and lipids are synthesized, there is a function occurs, there is a process occurs. The process is called as a membrane biosynthesis. So this is another one very short answer question. Define membrane biosynthesis, or what is membrane biosynthesis? Okay, here help of protein, this protein, and lipids. There is a process to arrangement or to development of the cell membrane, to arrangement or development of the cell membrane, or building the cell membrane. So we discussed already about the plasma membrane. The plasma membrane contains, or components of the plasma membrane is protein and lipid we have seen. So with the help of this synthesis of protein and lipid, it is help to building the cell membrane. So if there is no lipid and protein in the cell, what will happen? There is no building or development of any cell membrane. So that with the help of protein and lipid, the cell membrane is built up or developed. So the process is called as a membrane biosynthesis. So which is synthesized by the rough endoplasmic reticulum and the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Both is responsible to build up plasma membrane or cell membrane. The process called membrane biosynthesis. So important, very short answer, make note of it. And this protein and lipid not only responsible for the build up cell membrane, the protein and the lipid not only develop the cell membrane, and also it is act as enzymes and hormones. Enzymes and hormones. So before we see, protein and lipids are responsible to build up the cell membrane. So not only responsible for the build up the cell membrane, and also it is responsible, and also it is act as enzymes and hormone. So what is enzyme? Enzymes are biocatalysts. Enzymes are biocatalysts. So you have learned about the enzymes. I make you remember saliva. Saliva. So what is saliva? So when we eat, or when we remember, or when we eat a food, in our mouth there is a watery like substances or secretes, no? That is called as a saliva. The saliva contains enzyme. The enzyme is called as salivary amylase. Salivary amylase, which is responsible to break down the starch into sugar molecule. So this protein and lipids sometimes act as enzymes and also act as a hormone. For example, last year we have studied about hormones in animals. Growth hormone we have studied, and thyroxine is a hormone we have studied, and testosterone is a hormone, estrogen is a hormone. So many type of hormones you studied. So the best example, growth hormone. Growth hormone. So what is growth hormone? The hormone, the chemical substances is responsible for our growth. So if we have a more amount of growth hormone, we grow very tall. If we do not have a sufficient amount of growth hormone, we cannot grow normal height. Okay, so sometimes this protein and lipids act as enzymes and also hormones. So enzymes example, salivary amylase, and hormone example, growth hormone, thyroxine, testosterone, and estrogen. Okay, so these are such type of hormones. Kindly make note of it. So this endoplasmic reticulum is present in both the plants and animal cell, but size is vary. The endoplasmic reticulum size is vary. Okay, based on the organism, the size will be vary. And functions of endoplasmic reticulum. The functions of endoplasmic reticulum. The first function is transport materials. Transport materials. So what material is maximum transport? Proteins. Protein. Maximum it transport the protein. Where it transport? Where it is transport? This is the cell. So where the endoplasmic reticulum transport? So inside the cell, based on the availability or based on the necessity, it transport the protein inside the cell to outside the cell. Okay, this is the first function. The second function is surface for some of the biochemical activity. Surface for some of the biochemical activity. Okay, so some chemical reactions are also occurred on the endoplasmic reticulum. So these are functions of the endoplasmic reticulum. Okay. And another one, very important one, the frequently this question will be asked. The vertebrates are there, no? Vertebrates. What are vertebrates? Having vertebral column, having backbone organism called vertebrate animals. So here comes under vertebrate animals. The vertebrate animals having liver, no? The liver made up of cells, no? If the cell is there, surely endoplasmic reticulum is available. If the endoplasmic reticulum is available, definitely two types of endoplasmic reticulum available. The first one is rough and smooth. So in vertebrates, in liver cells, the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. The smooth endoplasmic reticulum is very important. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum detoxify poisons and drugs. Very important one. In vertebrate liver cells, the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So generally we see the smooth endoplasmic reticulum involved in the synthesis of fat or lipid, no. But in vertebrate, in liver cells, the smooth endoplasmic reticulum detoxify. Here, what is detoxify? Detoxify means to identify what are the toxic content, what are the drugs are there present in our body, in our blood. That is detoxified by the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. This is important, very short answer. This is an important short answer. What is the role of smooth endoplasmic reticulum in vertebrate or in liver cells? To detoxify poison and harmful drugs which is present in our body, present in our blood. So that is the role of smooth endoplasmic reticulum in liver cells. Okay, that's all. The endoplasmic reticulum is over. So next cell organelle is Golgi apparatus. Golgi apparatus. Golgi apparatus. It is also called as a Golgi complex. The Golgi apparatus or Golgi complex first described by Camillo Golgi. So he was a biologist. Camillo Golgi, he was one of the biologists. He only described the structure of Golgi apparatus. So it is the structure is also called as a Golgi apparatus. So described by the Camillo Golgi, was a biologist. Okay, he used the chemical silver nitrate. Silver nitrate. What is known as a chemical? So using this chemical silver nitrate, he identified the structure of Golgi apparatus. Okay. Now, what are the characters of Golgi apparatus? It is a membrane bound. The Golgi apparatus, membrane bound structure. Membrane bound structure. Because one of the cell organelle, no? So it is a membrane bound structure. Okay. Or also is a membrane bound vesicles. What is vesicles? Already we seen is a bag-like structure. Bag-like structure is membrane bound structure or vesicle. or bag-like structure arranged parallel to each other. Arranged in parallel to each other in stacks. What is stacks? One by one it is arranged. So this is a structure of the Golgi apparatus. So it is a membrane bound sacs or vesicles arranged parallel to each other in stacks. In stacks means what? Like one by one it is arranged. Okay, now the structure. The structure. So like that it is arranged. Like that it is arranged. So this sag or flat like structure now, vesicle like structure now, this is called as a cisternae or cisterns. Cisterns. Again, this is a vesicle or flat like structure arranged parallel to each other in stacks. Arranged one by one, everything arranged parallel to each other. So this structure is called as a cisternae or cistern. This vesicle or sac-like structure called as a cisternae or cisterns. Okay, so here fully the lumen, the empty space, lumen is present. Empty space, lumen is present. Okay, so when it is matured, that time it forms the vesicles. Vesicle means bag-like structure. So the vesicles are released from the Golgi apparatus when it is matured. When it is matured, these vesicles are released from the Golgi apparatus, okay, and survive separately. So these vesicles are stores the many material, many substances, that may be enzymes or any other substances are stored inside these vesicles. Inside the vesicles. Again, this is a structure of Golgi body. This is a sag or flattened structure that is called cisternae. This is arranged parallel to each other in stacks, and also there is a vesicles. What is vesicle? Is a bag or sag-like structure which is developed from the Golgi apparatus. When it is matured, it is left from the Golgi body, and also it stores the materials which is present inside the cell. For example, this Golgi apparatus always near to the endoplasmic reticulum. So near the endoplasmic reticulum, what are the substances are synthesized that are stored inside the vesicle. Later these vesicles are travel inside the cell and it is supply whatever it stores. Okay, this is the structure of the Golgi apparatus. Golgi apparatus. Okay, and functions. So every cell organ have a specific structure and functions. Functions of Golgi bodies or Golgi apparatus. The first function is storage. storage. The second function is modification. How it is modified? So it is first it is in the parallel to each other, then it is forms the vesicles now, so it is modified. And third one is packaging. And fourth one is dispatching. So what is dispatching? It is stored, this vesicle stores some materials now. So this is dispatching, this is delivered to some other area of the cell. It is dispatching, it is delivering. So these are the major functions of Golgi body. The first one is storage, store something, a material. So maximum it is near the endoplasmic reticulum. So I told you already, the endoplasmic reticulum is a site for the major biochemical activity. So during the biochemical activity, it secretes something. So the secretions are stored in the vesicles. The later it is packing, okay, or anything else it is packing, and it is transporting to the other areas based on the availability, based on the needful it is transferring. Sometimes in the Golgi apparatus, the simple sugar converted into a complex sugar. Okay, so these are the major functions. Sometimes the simple sugar is converted into a complex sugar. That also happens. Okay, so these are the functions. And another one is very important one. The lysosome, you studied already the earlier classes. Lysosome is one of the cell organelle. So the structure of the lysosome is the spherical or round shape. Okay, how these lysosomes formed? The Golgi apparatus involved in the formation of lysosomes. Very important one. The lysosome is one of the cell organelle. The lysosomes are produced or developed by the Golgi apparatus. So from the Golgi apparatus only these lysosomes are developed. Okay, so these are the functions of the Golgi apparatus. Okay, so today we have discussed about cytoplasm and structure of endoplasmic reticulum, types of endoplasmic reticulum, and functions of endoplasmic reticulum we have discussed. And finally, Golgi apparatus is one of the cell organelle, structure of Golgi apparatus and functions of Golgi apparatus we have discussed. So based on this, I will send you worksheets. Kindly complete the classwork as well as worksheet. And very important, every video class I am saying reading textbook. Reading textbook is a good habit. So kindly read the textbook line by line. Thank you. See you next class.